Okay, have you guys heard about Jon Stewart's return to late night?
Yeah. He is.
Okay, Jon Stewart came back. He came onto the Stephen Colbert show, and he had a lot to say about the pandemic and about the coronavirus.
Wait, was it what's his name? He took over the Tonight Late Show, right?
Stephen Colbert took over the Late Show from David Letterman.
Oh, I thought it was what's his name, the South African guy.
He took over the Daily Show.
Trevor, yeah. Oh, the Daily Show.
Jon Stewart show.
Exactly right.
Oh.
Also a producer on Stephen Colbert's late night show.
Oh. Because Stephen Colbert started doing bits on the Daily Show. Yeah.
But isn't Trevor Noah just doing this shit in like his living room now anyway?
Thank you.
Dude, unpopular opinion, I like Jon Stewart better than Trevor Noah.
That's the popular opinion.
That's not unpopular. Jon Stewart was the man.
Everybody loves Jon Stewart.
Because I thought everyone loved like Trevor Noah because he was like younger thought, whatever.
I think they like his stand-up comedy, not so much the Daily Show.
Jon Stewart's he started it. That's the whole thing.
I think Jon Stewart roasted harder than Trevor Noah did.
Yeah, I think people like Trevor Noah just because they like Trevor Noah. You know what I'm saying?
Trevor Noah is cooler. I would have to say he's like yeah.
Jon Stewart's not cool.
Jon Stewart's not.
He's just awesome.
Like my age cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I remember when Jon Stewart was hosting the Daily Show, like the Daily Show was low key popping. Like it was yo, everyone's turning into the Daily Show, and it was like even if I didn't like watching political shit, I'm like, let me see what Jon Stewart's talking about.
So that's kind of what just happened, right? So Jon Stewart came on and he had a lot to say, but I have to tell you what. I'm going to show you what Jon Stewart said first, and then I'm going to tell you what CNN says that Jon Stewart says.
Okay. I always listen to CNN.
CNN is like lost all fucking credibility during the last election for me.
Haven't they all?
But before that, I thought some of these guys were credible journalists.
Hey, fair. We all wish. Okay, here we go.
Science has, in many ways, helped ease the suffering of this pandemic, which was more than likely caused by science.
Dude, this guy's a genius, dude.
He's so good.
Oh, fuck. And I mean, he can say this now because of the Fauci emails.
Yeah. Okay, so just like he just said, right? Wherever this edit happened, right?
This would have never fly like 6 months ago.
Not even 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Do they call Jon Stewart racist?
Here's what good guess. Good guess.
Dude.
Some are, by the way. Some are.
Sure.
Some are. But
oh my God.
On CNN Business, I have an article about what Jon Stewart just said, and I'm just gonna read it to you guys, and you guys just be the judge. Stephen Colbert has come a long way since doing a monologue in a bathtub. The host welcomed back a full house to the Ed Sullivan Theater, home of CBS's The Late Show on Monday. It was the first time in 15 months that Colbert presented the show in front of a live audience. CNN Business was granted access to a taping of his return to the big stage. I've covered many late show tapings since Colbert took over for Letterman 2015. I've seen Colbert interview Donald Trump, go on late night live after the Republican National Convention, even drink wine with director James Comey of the FBI. However, none of those moments truly matched the energy that was in the Ed Sullivan Theater on Monday night. The theater housed, paraphrasing, let me just get to where they talk about Jon Stewart. Okay, one sec here.
That fool's painting a picture like a fucking Asian girl writing a Yelp review, dude. I woke up and I was in the mood for chocolate mousse.
That's what they get paid to do, bro.
And there were special guests too. Comedian Dana Carvey appeared on the show, doing an impersonation of President Joe Biden. And Jon Stewart sat down with Colbert for a wide-ranging, 20-minute-long interview that likely had to be cut down for the final broadcast. Colbert said it was the first time the two had seen each other in person for more than a year. Quote, this is from Jon Stewart, quote, there's nothing I wanted to do more than breathe everyone's air. I know we're all vaccinated and I'm not going to get COVID. I'm going to get something. Colbert also brought out his wife Evelyn during the opening monologue. And that's all they have on what Jon Stewart said during the whole appearance.
Oh.
Wait, what? I thought they were going to talk some shit.
No, that's what they reported on. That's what I'm saying. What he said was so wild-eyed to them that they didn't even talk about it. They just said, Colbert came back to late night and Jon Stewart came on and he was, it was fun.
Wow. So what?
Everyone had fun.
So what's the controversy?
Well, Jon Stewart talked about how the Wuhan coronavirus
From Wuhan.
We said this when it came out.
Yeah.
And people were like, you're crazy, conspiracy. No one would even entertain the thought and then and I had to just be like quiet about it.
Dude, we were in this
so
room,
weird.
and people in this room look at us like we're nuts, and all we were saying is, wait a minute, there's a lab right there, and they're studying.
And they study, yeah.
And there's an outbreak that came from right there. That's so crazy and weird.
And then why? Okay, so like, why is it that Fauci's emails had to come out where he was working with the WHO and the Wuhan fucking lab, right? Funding them and then they're thanking his ass, saying like, "Yo, thanks for that cover up, man." Basically, and then it's like, dude, that's fucking proof. And only reason why we're talking about it is because we read about there's a lab there that studies coronavirus.
That's it.
People knew this shit, and all of a sudden you're fucking crazy. It was a bat.
It came from the bat people, the people who eat the bats in the wet markets.
Yeah.
If they can blame the people for something that they fucked up on, they will. That's the whole point.
But what blows my mind is people refuse to listen or even entertain or have a discussion about it, right?
No way.
And then, like, within people in the room and the audience who've been watching us for many, many years, they're like, you can't even talk about that. I'm like, what the fuck? It's crazy.
Why were they mad?
Because we're daring to even question the narrative.
That's what I'm wondering.
It's just providing a different perspective, and I think because that's not what they've been reading or what they've been served, they're like they think everything's a conspiracy.
And the crazy thing is, watch, this is gonna actually be investigated, right? They're gonna look into this stuff. But the people who were calling this a conspiracy, they're gonna completely forget that they called it a conspiracy. Because that always happens.
Mm-hmm. Well, even as I say this, some people will say, what the fuck are you talking about? But do we really feel like the 9/11 Commission did a great job investigating the 9/11 attacks? I'm not saying. Then what do you say? And say that I think it was an inside job. All this shit. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, did we do a good job investigating it?
Yeah.
We know that the FBI knew about Muhammad Atta. They knew about the 19 hijackers.
Yeah.
They knew that they were getting trained. Nobody picked them up. Nobody talked to them. Nobody did anything about it.
They were
Nobody
under
got
surveillance.
fired. They were under surveillance. Nobody got fired for it.
Yeah.
Nobody goes to jail. Everything's fine. And that's the problem, right? Is that we just seem to be asleep at the wheel at all times.
I'm not asleep. There's a meme I saw recently. I've been paying attention, and it's a photo of President Bush, former, and he says something like, "We're going to do something huge for the 20-year anniversary of 9/11, which is this year." And then the meme says, from a comment, it says, "Oh no, he's going to do it again." I laughed. I laughed very hard.
You take it back, you son of a bitch. That's my President Bush, pal.